I remember when I was maybe 5 or 6. I was maybe 5 or 6, and I went to the store, or really, my father and my mother went to the store, and I went with them. We went to the store. I think it was, it was a grocery store or something like that. And I vaguely, I don't remember, to be honest, kind of the motivation. But in short, I walked out of the store with a single pack of Kool-Aid. I don't know, they might not manufacture them little single packs like that no more. But I walked out with it was a single pack of Kool-Aid. So we get home, excuse me, and I go to the bathroom with my sister, and we make the Kool-Aid in the sink. My parents, they're in there doing whatever. And so, and we in the bathroom and we made this Kool-Aid. Now, eventually, after a while, we in there playing and looking at the water and drinking a little bit of it. But after a while, my dad came back there and, saw what was going on. And he sure put something on us. Once he found out what had happened, basically. The reason I tell that story was because it's some things, the whole situation, the end result was that, me and my sister got in trouble. But what were the factors in that situation, in that story? Well, first, I stole. That is probably the main factor, but among other things, I stole, and then we made a mess in the bathroom, and we got in trouble. Those were at least two factors in that end result. I use that story as an example for kind of just to illustrate that factors in math are the same, fundamentally the same. Factor actually comes from a Latin word that means performer or actor. So factors of a number are just numbers that when you combine them or multiply them, they give you another number. For example, if we have the number 12, if 12 is the end result, what did we have to combine in order to either get this number? Now, for this one, there are multiple factors. So we can do 1 and 2. We can do, wait a minute. 1 and 12. Then we can do 2 and 6. We can do 3 and 4. And that's about it. So these are factors of 12. These are numbers that when you multiply them, they give you 12. These, again, if we think about 12 as a movie or 12 as a stage play, if 12 is the play, 1 and 2 or 1 and 12 have to be involved, or 6 and 2 have to be involved, or 3 and 4 have to be involved as actors. These are the actors. The factors are the actors, and the number is the movie. So this is 12. The movie is 12. The factor's got to be one of these pairs. Another example. Let's say we have the number 15. 15 is the end result. It's the end result. Let's see if I can make that look a little more obvious. 15 is the end result. So if 15 is the movie, what actors give us 15? Again, it's a couple. So it's not just one. That's something real important too. Movies have different actors. You don't have to just have one actors for your feature film. Unless you maybe talking about prime numbers, but that's something different. But so let's say the movie that we dealing with right now is 15, so we can have 1 and 15. That'll get us 15. We can have 3 and 5. And these are gonna be the two actors. These are the actors that we can hire to get us 15. Let's see if I can. Yeah, we'll do it like that. So if we want to make a movie called 15, we gotta hire either 1 and 15 or we gotta hire 3 and 5. Again, factor comes from an old word that means performer. So factors of numbers, again, are the actors in the feature film that is that number. Factors of numbers are actors of those numbers. Also, what I want to talk about in this video is multiples of different numbers. Multiples of a number are just the results from multiplying that number by 1, by 2, by 3, by 4, by 5, and so on. So for example, if we have the number 7, the multiples of 7 are 7 times 1, 7, 7 times 2, 14. 7 is a multiple of 7. 14 is a multiple of 7. 7 times 3, 21. 7 times 4, 28. These are multiples, of the number 7. For another example, let's say we have the number 2. The multiples of 2, the multiple of any number is just when in every number, there are infinite multiples. We can just keep multiplying forever. But don't worry about, ain't nobody ever gonna really ask you about that for real, practically. But multiples do go on forever, but we're not gonna deal with infinite multiples. But the concept is important to understand. So for example, again, if we have a number like 2, the multiples are just what you get when you multiply it by the numbers 1 through infinity. 2 times 1 is gonna be 2. And 2 times 2 is 4. 2 is a multiple of 2. 4 is a multiple of 2. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 is a multiple. And I believe you see the pattern that's going on right here. 2 times 5, 10. So 10 is a multiple. 8 is a multiple. 6, and so on.